What is that?
So your name's Jim Bob, right?
Hey, are you the guy that got Olo water to go through his shoal and have his stinky shoal? Felix, shut up. I am wearing the same black undershirt for a month.
B.O.B. Let's film me. What's that? Let's film me. Film me. Okay, yeah. Let's go over here. Okay. The tent next to that is where he stayed. He had a blue car and he ran 2 people over, one of whom died.
Jesus.
Right, camera, action. 1, 2, hickory dickory dock, tick tock.
The dream she had clung to so desperately.
Okay, now smile and say cheeseburger.
Jesus Christ!
100 shout out offline chat.
And say
you're cool to try hard 7.
Guys, dude, this
cheeseburger.
This is just scary, dude. Dude, there's anything funny or what even is this?
It is often pointed out that Americans view themselves as the center of the universe, and when you look at the stories we've been told all our lives, it's not hard to see why. Most people living in the developed world today grew up consuming American media in one form or another. More than anything else, America's greatest export to the world is culture. But some cultures are too complex to be consumed. Some stories too important to be packaged and sold. Over the decades, the endless stream of American media seems to blend together, following a similar script, a familiar cast, and a predictable plot. It's a game we've all played before, a movie we've all seen, a reality TV version of America projected onto reality itself. In order to pull back the curtain of show business, my journey begins at the source of it.
LA, shithole. LA is fucking dumpster fire. And this time, you don't get to say, "Oh, dude, you've never lived in LA." I lived in LA. Listen, I had 3 different houses in LA. Okay, I hated it. I hate LA. Dude, for my appointment, that was 30 minutes away. Okay, to the doctor. It was always the same. It was always the same date, same month, same fucking time. We had to leave 2.5 hours ahead of time. That's how it is. 30 minutes equals 2 hours and a half in LA traffic. That's just how it is. That's it. I don't want to hear it. That's how it is. Guys, you know there's like time conversions or whatever, right? LA has its own time conversion because of traffic. And at some time, while you're in traffic, you're also breathing in smog. It's smog. It's smog all year.
Coastline and mountainous desert, an endless sprawl of strip malls, commercial centers, and neighborhoods make up the Los Angeles County. Starting with indigenous tribes, settled by Spaniards and built by American ambition, each century brought a new wave of people and opportunities to the region. Natural beauty and cultural diversity make LA a promised land for over 10 million people. But even on the scenic coastline of Venice Beach, the Angelinos warn me of trouble in paradise.
You think New York traffic is worse, dude? On top of having the traffic, it's just the environment, dude. Just being in the traffic. Okay. You could argue about this, okay, all day. I think even though maybe there's more traffic in New York, or whatever, you argue. I think that being in the traffic is more gross and just an overall worse experience in LA than it is in New York. That's just kind of how it is. What is this? What is the audio?
about so much going on as to what's going on. What is it that's going on? And how is it happening? People don't know how to live together. People have so much pride and ego. They don't care about where the next person is going.
Okay.
We will see you in Hollywood.
Thank you, guys.
You're through to Hollywood.
Yes, yes, yes.
Everyone wants to make it. Jesus.
My PC just fucking died, Sag.
Also, guys, did you guys know? Guys, you guys know that I have a star here? I have a star in there, dude. Yeah.
The glory days of Hollywood might be over, but on any given day, it's still one of the most popular tourist destinations in America. People flock here as a sort of pilgrimage,
Wait,
eager
really?
to gaze at the idols and landmarks they've only seen in media. Celebrity culture is ingrained into the very foundation of Hollywood. It's etched into the stars that line the Walk of Fame, only to be pissed on and trampled like every other street in LA.
Because it's one of those where they say they're like, oh, drugs and this lead to other problems. I'm not a drug addict. I don't do anything. I don't make judgment on that. But they're like, oh, if we cut out all of the drugs, then there would be way less crime. There'd probably be a lot less violence and crime if the cops weren't fucking animals.
That's a cute doggo. Oh, the brakes, the oh, I'm gonna lose it.
I've met good cops before. They're 1 in a million, usually in other parts of the country. But in LA,
That's what I hate about the city. The sound of brakes and sirens. Fuck me, dude.
what was your name, man? I'm Frosty with a 0. Nice to meet you, man. What's your name?
Frosty's experience with cops sheds light on the rising tension between law enforcement and the homeless. And as I would find out later, he's not alone in his criticism of authority. With an outdated business model and a culture that eats its own insides, modern-day Hollywood is going through an identity crisis. From Sunset Boulevard to West Hollywood, rainbow flags and symbols of sexual diversity are proudly displayed alongside billboards of celebrity and entertainment. The city covers itself in colorful messages in an effort to make people feel good on the surface, but all the advertisements in the world aren't enough to distract from the abject poverty living on the streets below.
A whole tent?
I met a man taking a bath in the West Hollywood fountain.
What's your name?
Baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus.
They call me Baby Jesus.
I tried to get an idea of what his life story was and how he ended up here, but he was more interested in singing than talking.
Another month with the real world. xQcOW.
England, baby. Yeah, it's like a thing I need.
Yeah, he's got a mixer.
Are you a musician?
Yes, of course. I'm a musical engineer.
You think it's a good city for artists?
Yeah, no. No, hell no. This city? No, because every artist that's here is a small little bitch who thanks to anybody. I'm a cowboy.
Initially, I was cautious to approach
That
Baby
sounds pretty-
Jesus.
that sounds pretty
It's
based
easy
to
to write
me.
him off as another crazy
That's
homeless
pretty
man.
based.
But as I looked deep into his eyes, I began to see him instead as a lost soul.
Felix, please wipe your butt better. Your underwear looks like Rocky Road ice cream.
Understand? Every time I see reflection, I was always pulling glass out my face. Don't look at me. Some days I feel like I'm a goddamn king. I'm my own worst enemy. Now follow me. What if the grass on the other side? I don't want to scare him, but hold on, watch this. What do you gotta stand right here, okay?
In LA, it's normal to see people like baby Jesus wandering around. It's normal to see people sleeping on the same sidewalk as a busy restaurant. And it's normal to be completely numb to all of it. Los Angeles has no shortage of pride, but it could use some humility.
But it means anyway, the three of us said yes, so guess what?
Welcome to Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need it.
Did you hear? The bank system is back to the old dongle system apparently. Are you going to go grind mode?
No.
In an effort to learn more about the evolving homeless situation, I set out to find the hotspots of poverty in LA. I was told the Veterans Park would be a good place to start, so I headed out expecting to see a park full of homeless people. But as I got closer, it became immediately obvious that this was not your typical park.
Jesus.
Just outside the VA campus, a village of tents lined the perimeter, each one proudly bearing the American flag. Seeing the stark contrast of patriotism and poverty raised many questions in my head, and almost as soon as I arrived, I was led to a man who was willing to provide answers.
G-E-M-B-O-B. That's filming. What's that? That's filming. Filming. Okay, yeah. Let's get over here. Okay.
Despite resembling a walking Gedson flag, I quickly learned that Gem Bob was held in high regard by the veteran community and that he wasn't afraid to speak his mind.
Why did you move it again? Stop picking shit up!
xQc, can you check out this new game called Super Ethnic Road which we're from China?
Hello, Mr. Q. I've been a sub for 40 months. Can I get a welcome to the jungle?
Leave that there till I get it cleaned up, you fuck! Who moved that? Don't let him move that again! Fuck!
Sorry, bro. No, it's all good. Some idiot, like, some chick shit in a bucket, and then the dude that was cleaning my area up, to punish them, he threw it in the street. I'm like, dude, how does that punish them at all? Not smart at all. And that wasn't him, that was another. And then he's moving the thing. I'm covering it up, and he's moving it because he's a fucking retard too. We should go into that tree. I think that's the best plan. Okay. This is my shit. That's what I need. All right, all good.
That's fucking disgusting.
Okay, so
what a stupid car.
This is Veterans Row here. If you take a nice perusal, right? Behind that fence there is the West LA VA. Currently, there's only 58 veterans that live on campus, and there's nobody living in them, and it's just disgusting. And we're stuck out here living in these tents they have us out here.
I soon found out that veterans are only allowed to stay on campus under the condition that they comply with a curfew and a ban on drugs and alcohol. It's understandable why a large portion of veterans are either unable or unwilling to follow these rules, given the rates of drug addiction they suffer from and the harsh conditions they endure day after day.
Eventually, they were able to wear me down and get rid of me because of my right leg. As you can see right here, it's still there. So that's been there for something like, you almost ready? 20 months. Wow. Yeah.
The VA campus presents veterans with a choice. Either follow our rules or get out. And the row of American flags deliver a message loud and clear. These veterans value freedom over safety.
We're all treated by our country, badly treated by our government. What is the difference between those two things to you? Okay,
This is a disaster.
we all, while we all are the government, we the people, at the end of the day, once we elect officials, they are able to, you know, make
I
policies
can't use it
such
either.
that we might not agree with.
Governor, California has the nation's highest housing costs, highest gasoline prices, and highest utilities. In a very real sense, the California dream is more like a mirage for people grinding it out day after day. How do you make the case that you, as governor, can deliver the California dream to all
Did you hear
Californians?
that banks are back on the dongle system on No Pixel? Are you going to go grind mode to grind those dongles out?
Let's talk about what we also are number one in, Stephanie. And guys, forgive me, I know I'm a little pointed today, but I've been taking a lot.
Yeah.
Few folks for a lot of months, so it's nice to be able to
Yo, I
express
finally did
myself
50
too.
months. Yo.
But I do it with deep pride in this state.
Can we take a break? I'll answer some more questions. We're gonna go here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a drop off. You should film this.
Okay.
This is a donation.
Okay.
Oh shit, donation. I don't know. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ.
So I guess they're getting a donation now. I'm just gonna put this back there and jump. I didn't mean to know. I think I smashed it. Take him to the hospital. Yeah, I will. Hey, nobody's allowed in my tent. I got you, bro. I got you. Not even me. Okay. I'm keeping the weed. I'm not allowed. I got it. I'm not allowed.
You guys kind of rely on people's goodwill and donations to survive out here?
By far, absolutely. We all, I'm on. I gotta put this down. It's too heavy. This guy, see that? See what he just did? See how he did that on purpose? Uncovered the human feces, right? Because he's a fucking asshole. Just play some music. Well, it's been pretty hectic down here. We had, back in April, we had a murder. We had I don't even think he was really a vet, but he ran somebody over. He ran two people over. This guy right here is a perfect example of the people that need to be freaking done. Something needs to be done. He should be like institutionalized and shit, okay? The tent next to that is where he stayed. He had a blue car and he ran two people over, one of whom died. I mean, he like dragged the guy. It was terrible. I just heard it. I didn't even see it, and I had nightmares. Jesus. It's pretty tough out here, bro.
Yeah.
The time I spent with Jim Bob at the Veterans Encampment was enlightening. If only for a moment, I got to experience what life is like for people living on the streets. Homeless veterans highlight the failures of a country that's unable to care for those that have served it. But the veterans of VA Park are proud of America and what it stands for, even if they aren't proud of its government.
Sounds like you like America and what it represents, but not the government. No? Okay. Love America. Love America.
The homeless veterans showed me that just like pride, war
Valorant
also
child
comes
game.
in many different
Look
forms.
to cartoon graphics to make kid player happy like children show. Valorant cartoon world with rainbow unlike
And this
Counter-Strike
administration
with dark corridor and
today,
realistic
here and now,
Valorant-like playhouse.
declares unconditional war on poverty in America.
Who asked?
Beginning in 1964, cities across the U.S. have been using taxes to fund an ongoing effort to eliminate homelessness. In the decades since, the population of L.A. has doubled, making it the largest city in the United States and a key battleground for the war on poverty. Taxes are used to provide food stamps, income, and more recently, housing for the homeless. These programs are effective in helping people survive. But with no end in sight to the war on poverty, they only serve as a band-aid to a deep-rooted issue. Over the last decade, the homeless population has increased year after year, a trend that will likely continue for the foreseeable future. It's difficult to legislate away the problem of homelessness because it isn't one problem, but many. At the level of healthcare, a mental health crisis fractures families and communities. On a financial level, the gap of wealth inequality has never been greater. Homelessness is as much the result of an evolving economy as it is the sign of an unhealthy society.
Dude, and housing is unaffordable. It's a disaster. Even apartments.
Hey Babby, it's Rebecca. I thought we talked about changing my name on the TID site. We really need to move past this adept character you keep hallucinating. So.
A year of lockdowns and restrictions has meant the closure of countless businesses. But where small businesses have failed, massive corporations have only expanded, resulting in the largest transfer of wealth in history. The effects of this economic shift can be seen plastered across the abandoned buildings of downtown LA. The pandemic only...
Maybe I didn't choose right, okay? But both my apartments that were in Burbank...
Sammy, how about you wipe it for me?
That's
disgusting. Shut up. What is up? Dude, what is wrong with you? What the fuck are these donuts, man? What the fuck is that? That is fucking weird. I'm done.
Only accelerated trends that were already in motion. And while people have returned to the streets, many businesses have not. Behind every sign that reads "For Lease" is the story of a struggling family, the death of someone's dream, and a city that will never be the same.
Yeah, so my Burbank apartment was 1 bedroom. It was 2.8K. Then I moved to Glendale. It was a 1 bedroom. It was 2 rooms, right? And it was 3.6K.
All the good stuff. I ate right here. I live right here. I ate right here. When we was little kids, we had movie theaters here. My name is J Bay from the West Side. I'm original West Side, and we used to eat at Clifton's all the time. I'm from South Central. We had movies. The Los Angeles theater right there was Los Angeles Theater. That's our theater. They had all the movies. Pam Grier.
Also,
all the movie stores.
I'll say the story, but the apartment complex was so used to not being paid on time, and people living in places where they can't afford, that downstairs, literally in the hall where you get into the lobby, they had a full legal team there working full time, and anytime somebody would not pay for like a day or two, boom, they would get a fucking court order. That's what happened to me.
Brown, all original movies. We had everything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? My name is J Bay from the original West Side. This was all downtown. I'm 60 years old. Woo woo. Man, it's nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Greg.
My name is J Bay, man.
J Bay.
Original West Side. You'll meet me someday. All right.
Yeah, all right.
No, I just paid them off. No, I paid him off. I paid my rent, which was whatever the fuck it was at the time, plus like $600 whatever for the lawyer fees or whatever the fuck.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Fuck Gavin Newsom worst mayor, but everyone else has radical ideologies, Sag.
On the eastern side of town, adjacent to the gentrified arts district, is an area known as Skid Row. Most people are uncomfortable even driving through here, let alone walking. And yet this place is home, or lack thereof, for thousands of tent dwellers. Taking a closer look, a local friend joined me on my stroll through Skid Row.
Man, this is corner right here, and
that's the homeless shelter.
This is something else.
I don't need you to welcome me to the jungle anymore, bitch. I live in motherfucking
Walking through Skid Row feels like wandering around a war-torn country. The sidewalks are coated with a layer of grime, and the air is thick with a stench of decay. In every direction you look, people are suffering. From these streets, the LA dream is nothing but a mirage.
Jesus.
Still, a ray of light shines through. While most Angelinos have grown numb to seeing homelessness on a daily basis, some of them have decided to do something about it.
There's all kinds of things like this.
Okay. The sounds of music and people gathering led me to a street corner where I saw volunteers handing out food and water to the homeless. I spoke with a humble volunteer who wasn't comfortable being on camera. He told me about the organization he's a part of, named Feed the Streets LA. He explained to me that they rely on donations of clothing and food to hand out in impoverished areas of town. Outreach groups like Feed the Streets LA may not solve the problems of homelessness overnight, but they are making a tangible difference in people's lives.
Right. It's just like every other part of LA. It's a complicated story here.
Meanwhile, the war on poverty is being waged on a new front.
Hello streamer, give me attention for subbing 29 months Sajlal.
Is this imwatchable?
In the middle of the Venice boardwalk.
You almost hit him. Guys, let's just go ahead and...
Asylum where the inmates are running it.
Scary. Guy with a stick going crazy mode.
Oh my gosh, tell me about this incredible location and then all the other locations that are popping up.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is the very first tiny home community in the city of Los Angeles. 39 units, 75 beds. They're 64 square feet. They come with heat, air conditioning, 4 windows, a front door.
Enclosures like this are popping up all over LA, turning swaths of land into space for subsidized housing. The tiny home villages allow anyone who meets the criteria of being homeless to apply and move in, as long as they are willing to pay with their freedom. The homeless population en masse now faces the same predicament as the outcast veterans. And like the veterans, many homeless people have chosen to remain free. But as law enforcement clear out more of the city, I fear that those on the streets may no longer have a choice.
And this really is part of the solution to ending homelessness in Los Angeles, because we are taking people out of encampments and moving them straight into these houses.
And not only that, but you're also supplying their furry friends with even a dog run over here.
That's right. We care for people on both
Where is Mr. Chair's voice? He deserves
Even if the
one.
majority of homeless
Weird
people
shout.
willingly give up their rights to live under tiny house rules, the goal of housing some 60,000 homeless people in LA alone raises questions about long-term sustainability. A growing population of homeless people will require more government housing, raising taxes and shrinking an already devastated middle class.
It's hard to watch them talk about this with those fake smiles. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Leading to even more poverty. If tiny houses do eliminate
It's
homelessness,
like they're living in like an alternate reality or some shit. It's like some weird fucking... It's like some Black Mirror episode or some shit.
it will come at the cost of creating a new
you're
class.
just waiting for like the green screen behind to just like fall over and see like all the tents behind and all the homeless
of people behind the fence.
Yeah, they don't want me filming at all, but yet they have security cameras, so I don't know what sense that makes. Filming for
that's
a
kind of
video.
how it is, though.
I just heard about this place. I just wanted to see it. That's all.
That's why I'm asking if you wanted any information.
Okay.
I don't feel comfortable being on camera.
Oh, well, okay. I'll turn it off.
That's fair enough.
Tiny homes sound like a good idea, but what I saw looked more like a future prison than a friendly neighborhood. A house is not a home, and a tiny home village
she wasn't being
is
annoying
not
about
a
it.
community.
I gotta tell you, man, it's a horrific thing to experience. And most of these guys with
Guys,
it's purpose.
you see how easy that was? Guys, she said, "Oh, I don't like being on camera or whatever, but I'll still talk to you." Oh, okay. Put the camera down. At least they didn't go like, "Oh yeah, but I'm not filming you though. But I'm not filming. I wasn't filming you though." Is it, okay, but I'm not going. Okay, but I'm not filming you though. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes people make a big deal out of it.
Man, it's just down the road to addiction, to mental illness.
Where do you find your purpose?
Trying to do the right thing and fight against the power of corruption that really Satan, really. I fight against Satan.
Wait, Satan?
Hollywood sells us an image of what we want to see, but the streets of LA reveal a dark reality we often choose to ignore. We've all seen the people huddled in sleeping bags. We've all read the signs at a busy intersection. And we've all heard the streets that cry out for help. They could be our friends.
And don't get this wrong. This isn't like a cherry-picked area or this or that. Oh my God, look, there's homeless. Now we're sitting over here. This is pretty much everywhere, dude. You could go downtown to the clubs, to the place where all the clubs are, all the hot places are, all the way, and it's the same thing or worse. It's not.
Family.
This isn't cherry-picked. This is what LA is, dude.
Our fathers and mothers, or ourselves.
Where I live. 15 minutes drive / 45 minutes bus from Seattle, where the min wage is $15.
For those living on the streets, real change comes from people willing to see others
They
as
like
themselves.
living on the streets. Fuck 'em.
Whoa! Whoa! This is a cherry-picked area, and a giant county. Yeah, but I mean, when people refer to LA, I don't they refer to like downtown / yeah, I mean, nobody cares about the outskirts and shit. When people think of LA, they think of the city, the downtown, the hot area. They don't think about the fucking, the what the fuck out there, dude.
Understanding a city as complicated
Oh
as
no,
Los
the traffic.
Angeles
I'm
is no
getting
easy task.
PTSD.
In the next part
I
of the
can't.
series, I'll be exploring
Please.
the cultural communities that unite the City of Angels and the fissures that divide it.
This is too much.
If you enjoy videos like this and you want to see more, consider supporting me on Patreon. To watch behind-the-scenes footage and full interviews, check out my second channel, Glink IRL. I'm grateful for the people that support
That was a good video.
my content.
Thanks,
and I hope to
Glink.
continue sharing stories that matter.
Thanks, J-Man, for the video, and we appreciated watching it. Thanks for the content.